Hey guys, it's Bill. It's been a long time since I've done one of these videos, and I'm down here at a Fairfield Inn outside of Philadelphia with George and Alan on a trip to Teleflex. And rather than sitting around watching Family Guy, I figured I'd take a couple minutes just to talk to you guys about a couple things that I've been thinking about recently and some experiences that I've had that have been really kind of energizing for me. Do you guys remember this? This is a slide that's been kicking around in different forms, and it's kind of summarizes our long-term goal, our BHAG, to be the Google of health improvement. And all it says really is that if we want to be the Google of health improvement, then not only do we have to be experts in workforce health, we have to be experts in children and in the elderly and in serving providers and low income, Medicaid, the community as a whole, and global opportunities outside of the U.S. So if we've got this 10-year BHAG to be the Google of health improvement, then we take the experiences that we've had in the workforce and our expertise there, and we find ways to export it to have a much bigger and broader impact on the world around us. So that's kind of our long-term BHAG, right? So how are we doing, and are we making any progress, and is it still the thing that we want to be doing out there? Well, let me just share with you. I was down at the Aetna National Broker Advisory Council a couple weeks ago. They fly in all the big brass, Ron Williams, Mark Bertolini, their whole senior staff, and they took a look at their business, and they're going through a transformation of their own. And they are essentially building off their platform in health insurance and turning it 90 degrees to serve providers and patients. So in addition to being a leading provider of health insurance around the globe, they are focusing on providers. And the main way that they're doing that is through information technology. They're becoming a health information technology company. So they're transforming their business, and so are we. So some interesting similarities that I found, though, is when you look at the macro trends that are driving our thinking, they're very much the same ones that Aetna is seeing out there. Obviously, healthcare reform, all the changes associated with the insurance marketplace are transforming our core business, same as Aetna. This global economic malaise that we're in, there's not a lot of economic growth out there. It's putting a lot of pressure on organizations, private employers, and governments to run their businesses better. And so that's creating a little bit of a sense of urgency and a new way of thinking that we haven't seen in some time. The other thing is global budgets on governments. There's no money out there for anything. Our federal government pays basically half the bill through Medicare and Medicaid for health insurance, and we've got budget problems in every sector of government in the United States, and that's a global problem as well, especially when you look at Europe, where they have these socialized systems. Nobody can afford anything anymore. That's another major macroeconomic trend. And the other one is what's going on with obesity and chronic disease. That is not just a U.S. problem, that's a global problem. And there's obviously huge opportunities in there. All those macro trends that we've seen as we've repositioned the company to head towards health improvement are the same ones that are driving Aetna's thinking. And I just find some great comfort in knowing that they're viewing the world in a similar way that we are. So they're looking to take advantage of it in a different way than we are. But I thought it might be interesting to just relate how we're using our core business and how Aetna's using their core business to transform it. It's very much the same way. We're a benefits broker. We're one of the leading independent benefit brokers in the country, and they're obviously one of the leading health insurance companies in the world. And so playing off that traditional core business to get into new applications and new ways of doing business to add value to the healthcare system is both what we're trying to do. So as we're out there being a good, solid brokers, how are we changing the way that we're doing things today to have a bigger impact? Well, the biggest thing that I see is that we now need to figure out health improvement strategies to help employers control costs and to help employees improve their quality of life. That's really what it means to be a good broker these days. That's our core business, and I think our core function is really just an extension of what we've always done. If we can help reduce the burden of chronic disease in businesses, then it can help them save money. And if we can help employees, patients, to reduce the risk factors that are creating chronic disease, then we can provide a great new benefit for them. And there's not an employer on the planet that doesn't want those two things: happy, satisfied employees and lower costs. And that's what it means to become a good broker in this world that we're heading. So I just share that with you because this little bit of a difficulty that we're having in transformation, how do we do everything that we need to do to put everything out to bid every year, all the coverages out to bid, to negotiate the renewal, to do open enrollments, to do decision support centers, to do wellness, to do the benefits administration and communication? How in the world do we all do all that while also doing health improvement? And I'd love to tell you that it's an easy answer, but the good news is Aetna's wrestling with the same sort of issues as well. But we're both playing off our expertise and our terrific customer service and customer relationships that we've built as being leading providers in our core business to transform and take advantage of the opportunities that the world is presenting down the road. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that that bit of insight that I've picked up along the way. Hopefully you can use it, and as you're going about your daily struggles and trying to solve the problems of customers and employees, hopefully you can do it knowing that you're helping us get to a better place where we can provide even more value for our customers and for the employees that we serve. So anyway, signing off from Philadelphia, so I can go back and watch the end of Family Guy, and hope you enjoy the beginnings of a real spring. See you soon.